Hello, welcome to the 8th chapter of the course Pareto for Developers. In this chapter we will talk about something that 5 or 10 years ago wasn't that critical as it is now. Source control and a good versioning system are like car insurance. Is one of those tasks that you don't see value on doing until you have a problem. When problem occurs, you can feel relieved because you did it, or you can feel pain because you didn't. There are a couple of things that make source control and versioning systems so critical. Let's review them. Number 1. Agile methodologies for development. This is what nobody is saying about Agile. Once you finish a sprint, usually you deliver the code to the client. Following the example, we can say that version 1 of the code deployed is in production environment. Meantime you code another increment. This means that version 2 is in development environment, on where perhaps you are doing some features and fixing some bugs from version 1 inside version 2. Okay, that situation, let's say, is the most comfortable situation you could have. So, let's look this situation. I personally had to work on this environment for a year and a half. In the project we had 4 environments: development, testing, pre-production, production. Now, how all this worked? Developers start the first sprint, write code, fix some bugs and deploy version 1 in testing environment. This allows testing team to do second level of testing. Usually, to avoid having nothing to do, development team starts version 2 in another branch of development. During sprint 2, the team works on the features for that version but also fix critical bugs that should be fixed in version 1 and 2. When version 1 is ready, that version 1 goes to pre-production environment. On that environment, account managers can keep testing and doing the user acceptance test with the client. This assures the client approves the increment of the project. Usually meantime that is happening, we have version 2 in testing environment. And the development team is working now in version 3 in development environment. If during user acceptances tests, the accounts managers have changes, then the development team has to change versions 1, 2 and 3 to apply the change. After user acceptances tests, version 1 goes to production environment, version 2 goes to pre-production environment, version 3 goes to testing environment, and version 4 is started in development environment. Imagine this way of work without a proper configuration management procedure. I have to admit that this situation could not be very frequent, but you need to be able to work in a complicated environment like this. Number 2 on why source control is so critical: teams located all over the world. Sometimes teams are located in places and time zones so different that you can be working in a country, and after you leave your computer, another team starts in a different place. This other team could need the code you wrote that day to keep doing progress on their own tasks. So, things have changed and we need to make sure we can have this problem solved. There are certain things you should do to avoid problems. First, select the tool. Here are some tools I personally use to configuration management. As you may notice, this video is just a part of a certain lesson from the course Pareto for Developers. You can access the full material following the link in the video's description. You can also subscribe to the channel for other great videos we are sharing here. That's all for now. Goodbye.